Alright, so I'm going to show you guys how to rig up this Muddy River catfishing bobber that Chris Parrish came up with. It's a really cool invention that he's got. It works great. You may have seen a video where I was catching lots of flatheads with it. It actually outfished the bottom fishing rigs that I was using. But it's a really cool bobber, and I'm going to show you guys how to rig it up right now. So let me show you what you're going to need. So first you're going to need a bobber stop, and they come with beads, so you usually use the one that's brought with the package. Then you're going to need a sinker slide, another bead, an egg sinker, and this egg sinker could be anywhere up to 2-3 ounces, just depending on how much current you're fishing. You'll need another bead, a barrel swivel, and your hook of choice, and you'll need some leader line, and I'm using this big game 50-pound leader line. So let's get started rigging it up. So the first thing you're going to do, you're going to take your main line and you're going to take your bobber stop and put it on. Some of these bobber stops have a slit in them and some of them don't. So pay attention to that. If it has a slit on it, it means you can take it off at any time after you're done rigging. But if it's not slitted, then you have to take it off as soon as you get your bobber stop on, or else it won't slide out. So what you do is you slide your main line through the little tube, pull it up more or less where you're going to want it. Then you slide the knot off, pinch the knot and hold it in place. Let's slide it this way. Get rid of the tube. I'm not going to use that anymore. Then you take each end of your bobber stop and you pull it tight. And this is going to set the depth for how deep you want to be fishing. So if you want 4 foot deep, you go from this knot 4 foot down, and that's how deep your bait's going to be. The good thing about these knots is that you can slide them up your lines. So you say you want to go 5 feet, you just pull it another foot, and now you're fishing 5 foot. And you can set this at 20 foot or 50 foot or whatever. This little knot isn't going to disturb your line in the spool. So once you get that knot on, pull it tight and just cut off the excess. And there's your knot for your bobber stop right there. Next, we take the little bead that comes with the bobber stop and put that on. This little bead is gonna hit the bobber stop, and it's going to stop your float from going any further. So that's how that's what that bead's for. Next thing that goes on is your sinker slide. Sinker slide just goes right in there, and this will go and hit the bead. And that'll stop right there. So now we're going to do one of these bigger beads. And just thread that on. And that goes there. Now we're going to take our egg sinker and thread that on. Now just for protection of your knot, if you feel like you need, some people don't, we're adding a second bead to the other side of the egg sinker. So far this is what you got set up right here. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to attach our barrel swivel, and I'm just going to use a polymer knot. Real simple to tie. Make a loop, thread it through, overhand knot, pull it down, open up the loop, stick your swivel through, and just pull it tight. Make sure your tag end and your main line are on the same side of the loop, and clench it down. It's one of the strongest knots you can tie right there. So now we've got this rig set up right here. Now we need our hook. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a little bit of this 50-pound. I use 50-pound leader out here because there's so many sticks and so many potential snags that I really need it for the abrasion. So we're going to take our hook. This is an 8/0 Gamakatsu octopus circle hook, and we're going to snell it on. So we're going to put our line through the eye from front to back, and we're going to wrap it around. Now some guys, let me show you, I don't know if you can see that hook. It's bent around and it's got the cut side on my left side here. Some guys feel that if you wrap on this side that the hook may have a little sharp edge and it can cut your line. So when you go to wrap, always wrap on the opposite end of that cut piece. So you're going to go this way. So I don't know if you could see that or not, but it's on the opposite side of where the hook's been bent shut. So now we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then hold it there. Take the end of your line and stick it back through the back side of the hook, and then you can wet it down, pull it tight, and that's your knot, and you're done. So now you take the top end of your, and I just do another polymer knot. Just slide it through, same operation, overhand knot. Pull it down. Now this one, you instead of just, you're going to have to jump your hook through and then pull your tag end through and then pull it tight. Now you have a leader. Cut this off. And this is your completed rig here. So all we have left to do now is put our bobber on, and that goes on this sinker slide. So you just clip it open, take your bobber has this barrel swivel built in, and you just clip it on there just like that. And now you're ready for bobber fishing. the cool thing about this bobber is it has these holes on top, and they're designed for a glow stick. So you take your glow stick, you open it up, and it fits right in here. And that, of course, you can't see it glowing because it's the middle of the day, but now you're set up for night fishing. Now, one more thing about this rig, the way it's set up is pretty cool, because you can be fishing with your bobber off the bottom. Say you decide, hey, well, maybe the fish aren't suspended, maybe they're on the bottom. No problem. Open up your clip, take your bobber off, and you still have your weight, so now you can bottom fish. If you feel that this is not enough weight for the area you're fishing, just take a second weight and clip it onto your sinker slide, and now you're fishing on the bottom. And that's one way to rig the Muddy River Catfishing Bobber. Now let me show you a second way that I like to use. So here is another setup, and this one's simplified, and all I've done is I've gotten rid of the egg sinker and the other beads and the barrel swivel. This is a trolling weight. So all I've done is I've got of course my bobber stuff up on top, my bead, my sinker slide, and now I've got this trolling weight that has a built-in swivel to my hook with my leader line. So this is how a couple of ways to rig the Muddy River Catfishing Bobber. Hopefully this helps you. They are available at www.hooksetterusa.com. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.